This is a video on using AlssteelMill structural steel program, but first notice how the UCS icon displays in all four viewports at all times because of AutoCAD 2014. A bug in 2015 prevents this from working this way. We start with ASM for AlssteelMill. We pick W shapes. We pick a size of a beam. We pick OK. We pick and we insert it into this plan view. Now I'm going to a front elevation view. Repeat the command, same piece of steel, pick OK, pick a blank place and drag up with ortho on. And now that's oriented that way. And if I go to the right hand viewport and I repeat the same thing, inserting the same piece of steel here, drag up, and now you see we have it in three different orientations. So depending on which viewport you use is how it'll be oriented, and you won't have to do a bunch of extra rotations possibly. We do an extrude, we pick 3 inches. You can see each of them has been extruded so that you can tell where they're going and what they're doing. Alright. Now we're in another drawing, and I put 2 of the main beams that we want to put in here to extrude steel from one to the other, and we want it to go across and span these. So if we go to this viewport down here and we type ASM for AlssteelMill, I'm going to choose a 10-inch beam here of whatever size, 10 by 60 I think is what the assignment called for. We pick and place it in here, tilt it up. Now what we have to do is position it so that we can eventually extrude it and it'll be correct. So we get this upper corner here, then we go here to the upper corner of this. We now have lined that up correctly. Now we know we have to go from the face of this beam to the face of this other beam over here in this viewport. So we need to move this so it is up against this face. So if we do X at and we pick right here, that's now tied up against the face of this, and you can see it in these other viewports. So from here we simply do the extrude command and we pick the part that we want to extrude, and you'll see the UCS change to Z because you can only extrude in the Z axis. So we zoom out, we see our other piece, and we wheel in here by doing such, and we choose Z at, and we pick the part of the beam, and now we have done such. And if we do an R4 to reset the 4 viewports, we've done that. Now we know we have to subtract this beam from this beam in order to make it coped out around the shape of the beam. So what do we do to do that? We simply copy each of these beams and then subtract it so that we don't have to reinsert them and put them in. So we do a simple copy command. We select this beam and we select this beam and we choose 0, 0, 0 and back copy at the same point. And now we have 2 of each of those in our drawing. So now if we do a subtract and we pick this beam that spans between the face or the web of those 2 beams, we select it and then we select these 2 that we want to subtract from it and press enter. We wheel in here and look, and we can see that we have cut this beam out exactly to match the shape of that. So now somebody in the construction business would weld this all together and it would be a very strong structural piece of steel, a platform for the building that we're going to do in our assignment. And that's all I'm going to do for this. Hopefully this will help you to be able to do all the rest of them, because it's all the same thing. You put your steel in, you orient it the way you want it to be, and then you put it up against the web or the face that you need to extrude it from, and then extrude it to the matching part on the other beam or whatever it is. And that's all I can do, and good luck.